Welcome back to South Florida. Thad Anderson, Michelle Smith, and Dave King with you on CBS Sports Network, the Rising Stars Elite 12 Championship game. And we've got a nice one unfolding here as a pitching change is made by the Wichita Mustangs with a 1-0 lead. They will send Lissette Garay out to the circle, presumably to handle the final 3 innings. A 7-inning ball game here in this Elite 12 Championship. And really from the outset of this game, even though we fought a few squalls and some wind and a little bit of precipitation after the first pitch, fortunately it's been pretty well uninterrupted, except for maybe a little application of some drying agent on the field here and there. A fortunate turn of events in the weather pattern, and great to see these players getting a chance to battle it out. Into the bottom of the 5th we go. First pitch from Lissette Garay is hit hard and foul down the left field line. 61 miles per hour from Garay on that.
But Davis is going to get around this pitch. Look at that nice extension, hip rotation on that backside. Little bit early. If she can let that ball get a tad bit deeper, drive that down the line.
Numerous skill sets demonstrated today by Allison Davis. Played some left field, pitched the previous inning, and now she leads off with the bat and demonstrates a textbook swing.
She's committed to the University of Virginia.
That pitch is well placed for a 1-2 count at 43 miles per hour. So for Garay, who just took over pitching, we've seen an 18 mile per hour difference from the circle. Had that discussion earlier, Michelle, about the wind blowing into the face of the hitters. Foul ball, keeps it at 1-2, thereby making it highly unlikely we'll see a ball leave the yard here in this game. The flip side, as a pitcher, what effect does that have when you have a strong wind at your back as a pitcher? People would assume that means, sweet, I'm going to be able to bring it, but what really happens?
Well, yeah, you might increase your speed a mile or 2 an hour, but it can be a problem for your spins, which you don't want. You don't want a ball that's going to flatten out as it's starting to come toward the plate. You want that movement. You know, even nowadays, you see in college ball, 70 miles an hour doesn't fool anyone. It's 70 miles an hour with movement, with late break, and then a good change of pace or speed.
She's focused out there on the mound right now. Got herself focused in the circle with 1 out.
And a 62, so Garay comes in and just gets right to bringing it. Got the strikeout against Allison Davis for out number 1. Now Gwen Svikas, the catcher for Gold Coast Hurricanes, at the plate. She popped out the shortstop her first time. She's fouled away. And quickly the advantage for Lissette Garay, the pitcher. But Dave, we've talked about in this game type, in this format, getting players in and getting them to play is also a priority, even though it's a championship game on television. The pitching changes by both teams late in this game with a 1-0 count. You know, most people are used to seeing a pitcher just ride a full 7, but interesting strategy here by both teams to mix it up.
Well, I'm not so sure that both teams feel like that the look is very, very different, and so they want to finish the game with a different look. I don't know your comments on that, Michelle.
We got Krista Judge, who is going to be with us in the All-American game, the next game of our doubleheader. Krista will be our dugout bleacher reporter. Let's look at this pitch, and then we're going to join Krista. Krista, take it away for us here on CBS Sports Network.
I'm here with Elizabeth Burley, senior from Gold Coast Hurricanes. Elizabeth, tell us the secret to a good dig at first.
The secret to a good dig is to not let the ball get too far into you, is to attack it before it gets a big second hop. So get it right as it's hopping.
And what do you want to do when you grow up and you graduate from Virginia Tech?
I want to be a reporter for ESPN, just like this fine lady right here.
Maybe we can get her on TV. What do you think, Thad?
We just did, Krista. Way to go. Life dream fulfilled. She can retire now, I think. And Krista, you're awesome. And Krista will be joining us, like I said, as our dugout bleacher reporter in our All-American game coming up next on CBS Sports Network. But Elizabeth Burley now, we might want to keep her phone number.
Ah, there you go.
That was I think that was her debut. And that was fantastic.
That was fantastic.
Well, now she's headed back in, so let's see, what is it?
Yep, and there's a little confusion on the count, and we'll stay out for another pitch.
Okay. The catcher, though, she was on it. She was going to catch the umpire sleeping and call strike 3 herself.
Trying to get the strike out of the side.
I like the mound presence we've got right now. I mean, she is focused, and man, she's got a look on her face, and her body language says, I mean business.
Yeah, good sell job by Lauren Buchanan, the catcher for Wichita Mustangs. Like you said, she's going, Michelle, going for that strike out the side. And Lauren thought, let's see if we can get it with 2 strikes, just get out of here. But have to work a little longer with the 2-2 count. Deuces on the board here with 2 away, bottom of 5. The pitch, 64 miles per hour, down and out.
She's got some nice stuff. I mean,
yeah, good movement, Dave.
The number of people in the mid-60s, there's not very many in the game.
Especially, you know, at the young age. I think when I went to college, I was throwing the ball maybe 60 miles an hour, and you know, you're still developing. A lot of it is learning to weight train.
That ball will end up resulting in an on base, not handled cleanly down at third, and again, no margin for error. Runner is safe with 2 down. Tony Polk will now bat for Gold Coast Hurricanes. Our first chance to see Tony in today's game.
Tony looks like a speedster the way she's standing on the left side. She kind of poised to come out of that box charging. So a little backdoor pick there.
Snap down to 1, safe, back on the bag.
Buchanan, the catcher, is going to try to keep the Hurricanes a little honest here. Situation with potential to run.
Marty needs her on second base right now. Something would have happened, he wouldn't have the single or something of that nature. He wouldn't have anybody in scoring position. So I'm guessing it'd be a good time to run, make something happen here.
That runner is Kelsey Kullup down at first base.
Here comes our latest squall.
Little squall heading our way. This ball will lay on the line and then trickle just foul. That ball is not in play. Foul ball, accurately called, almost stayed in fair ground. The wind picking up again as another shot of Sandy is put upon us. 2 down, 1-2 count.
Yeah, this kind of weather will get you a big hair day.
That's
unless, of course.
I do. I look like I was saying.
Unless you've lost it?
Yeah.
Saying to that earlier, I feel like I got off a broom. Got witch's hair.
Tony Polk, Dave.
Tony needs to get it
for
down
Gold
here,
Coast
Ted.
Hurricanes, which is South Florida-based team. She's out of Niagara Falls, New York.
Well, that would be what you call a player picked up from another area, an impact player. So I'm sure she's got a value. Here's the steal.
Runner goes and safely into second base. There's that runner in scoring position with 2 down. Stolen base by Kelsey Kullup.
Well, great time for Marty Cooper to challenge Buchanan behind the plate. Starting to rain. The wind is blowing straight in from center, so the catcher Buchanan is going to be throwing into that wind.
Our catchers have done a good job, but the middles have struggled today to just get themselves in position. Now, that last throw wasn't quite on, but they've been getting the ball out of the box cleanly.
That pitch fouled away by Tony Polk. And Tony, maybe she's been trained for this from Niagara Falls. Perhaps she's already played with spray and water in her face around the Falls area. She's got a challenging at-bat trying to tie this thing up. Her team down 1. And this is another trickler. Will it work? It will. Good speed by Polk. Runner trying to score.
Oh, she
comes up shy of the plate, and the out made. Tag put on by Lauren Buchanan, and the good aggressive effort by Kelsey Kullup results in the out at the dish. 1-0. The score remains. That was a chance to tie it. Came up about a foot short in that sticky dirt on the right side box. Here's a look at that last play.
Well, great job by the Mustangs to make sure that they are not fooled. So the runner safe at first, but I love the way the Schumacher comes right back to Buchanan, the catcher. They get the out at home to end the threat.
So score the base hit for Tony Polk. She reaches safely, but the tying run thrown out at the plate for Gold Coast Hurricanes. Heads up play by the Mustangs defense to keep the score 1-0 as we hit the end of the 5th inning here at Rising Stars Elite 12 Championship game. Thad Anderson, Michelle Smith, and Dave King with you on CBS Sports Network. And we will send it back out into the elements with Krista Judge. Stars in Plantation, Florida and greater Fort Lauderdale area. And you see a look at the vendor row. This Rising Stars event has quite a big annual draw. And always a little bit of something on the side, more than just the games going on. There's some individual showcasing that goes on. Obviously recruiting opportunities all around. A chance to check out some of the new products and equipment and tools available to players. All part of the Rising Stars, televised here on CBS Sports Network. Strike one delivered as Lissette Garay continues as pitcher for Wichita Mustangs.
You can see that Garay is having to deal with the feet and the issue of the mound being a little bit sloppy, so she's going to do some housekeeping. So important for pitchers to really make sure that they're comfortable. They have an ability to have a good drive off of the rubber, good plant with that lead leg.
This ball bounced, and again a tough opportunity. This is thrown down the line. Good backup, but backup not grabbed. Ball got through the backup. Will she go three? Nope. Out at second base, Tatum Buckley, her first at-bat of the day, results in another one of those short balls, putting the pressure on the Wichita Mustangs defense. They throw it away. She's safe at 2.
Well, Tatum Buckley does a great job of just getting that ball down. Tough play for the pitcher, Gardy, to come off of that, off the mound, we like to say. Picking that ball up, you know it's got a little bit of wetness, sand on it. If you don't think you can make a good throw, just go ahead and hold it. Gets away from your teammate or gets down the line, you know it's going to be extra bases.
I think that's Ashley Ross who has continued, and it should be Ashley out there in right field. Did a great job of backing up that throw, but the ball squirted past her. If she was in the right spot, you seldom blame the physical outcome as long as the proper mental and effort piece of the puzzle was there. And give Ashley credit for that. I'm sure she wishes she would have corralled it and kept the runner at 1. But she did the right thing by heads up, back up. But now the threat is on for Gold Coast Hurricanes. Making a 2-0 count with nobody out and a runner on second base. That's Tatum Buckley out at second with a chance to bring home the tying run, and her teammate Megan Reed in the batter's box. There's a strike delivery. Take a look at the current conditions in the circle.
That big hole that she's stepping down into, you can see almost down to her ankle. That's where it gets tough for pitchers because it affects the timing. That front foot should be hitting the ground. Your arm as a pitcher should be somewhere down around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And if your leg is a little bit late hitting that ground, then your arm's a little bit more forward. It can really play some timing issues with your control as a pitcher.
Painted that one. Oh. Big strike out there with the runner at 2.
Coach is happy, that's for sure.
I'm going to take a look at the location of the pitch. You can see it's on that inside corner. It's close. You got to